Welcome back, dudes, lady dudes, to Just Nuts. Today I'm talking about ninjas again, because I've been playing them a decent amount recently, and I've just kind of learned some things, and I want to share them here. What I think about them, like where they stand currently in real life, and what I've been doing with like a certain builds and stuff. So, pretty much, ninjas are rogue, which may be confusing to people, but I kind of consider like meta to be like 1.5 and above, tier 1.5 and above, and if you're like tier 2, tier 3, that's like rogue area. Um, and then anything lower is just kind of like for fun. It's not really going to be able to compete with the meta too seriously, but I think ninjas can seriously compete, for real. They definitely do some interesting things that like other decks do not have access to, and I think they're better than most people give them credit for, especially with the new support. I think before the new support, they were like nearly unplayable, not unplayable, but any more than just for fun, you just wouldn't be able to keep up with much. Um, and this new support like really does so much for the deck. I've been really playing around with different builds, and I'm still having trouble. I'm not 100% like certain on like where I'm gonna end up with my build, but as of right now, I feel like I have most of the deck figured out, and then I have like 5 slots, more or less, around 5 slots at the end of the deck that I just cannot figure out what to put in there to like to just get it there. And right now, I'm trying out Mech Knights. Uh, I'm not sure whether or not how that'll work out, but for right now, it seems okay. I know Mech Knights are a little slow as a going first deck, but if you play World Legacy's Memory, that works going first, with Mech Knights, which I'm playing, and I'm just gonna see how it works, and see if it does okay. Because ninjas are kind of one of those archetypes that needs their normal summon a decent amount. So if I was gonna supplement another engine, it needed to be one that did not worry about the normal summon all that much. So Mech Knights are a pretty good option there. Um, as far as what ninjas do, so like everybody knows Hanzo. He's a classic card. He's like when people say, "Oh, it's the Stratos of the deck." Hanzo is the Stratos of the deck, but better. Searches for ninjutsu cards and ninja monsters, and neither of those are once per turn. So Hanzo being looped is like the reason the deck can play, is because Hanzo does give you the opportunity to generate massive amounts of advantage. Yellow Ninja is one of the new cards, really important, in making Saizo faster, is because he just says when he's normal summon, you can special summon another level 4 lower ninja from your hand. The only repercussion is though you can't summon anything from the extra deck except for ninjas for the rest of the turn. Not a big deal. Most of the time you're only going into ninjas in turn 1. But yeah, Yellow Ninja's really good at like turboing out Hanzo. You go Yellow Ninja, Hanzo adds you another ninja, and you special that ninja, and you're rolling at that point. Really good, also like decent stats as well. 1900, 1800, that's a beat stick. That's a pretty good, like look at these first level 4s, 1800, 1900, pretty good. Upstart, I feel like you still got to play just for consistency purposes. If you open Upstart and any trap card, you can still kind of get Hanzo out and get your engine moving that way, get some advantage going. So I feel like you just kind of got to play him there. And look at him, he's so cute. He's so happy. What's going on with him? He's having a good day for sure. Oh boy, that classic alarm. All right, let's keep moving. Then we have Twilight Ninja Kagen. I absolutely hate this card. This card's terrible, but you have to play it for one reason. Well, 2 reasons. It has ninja in the name, and it's level 1. That's literally it. Those are the only 2 reasons. And I'll show you why in a minute here. So then we go to Twilight Ninja Jogen. This card's actually really good in the deck. Half the time when you add off of Hanzo, you're adding Jogen just because it says you can reveal a ninjutsu art card in your hand and special it out. So it works like a Blue Eyes alternative dragon. In that way, and it's not once per turn with that special summon effect. So if you open 3 Jogen and 1 Ninjutsu art card, you could just bloop, 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 all 3 Jogen. Be careful the way you use this card though, because it is a pendulum, and if you don't use it right, it's going to end up in your extra deck where it's pretty much unaccessible for the rest of the duel. So be very careful with how you use Jogen. Then we have Darkest Diablos, which is a card that, from what I've seen, nobody really knew that this card has synergy. I mean, most of the ninjas are dark, and the ninja trap cards tribute the ninjas for it. So if you ever draw Diablos, it's usually pretty easy to get him out of the hand. Not to mention, there's an in-archetype trap card, ninjutsu art card, that helps you get Diablo straight from the deck. And we'll get to that in a minute. But this is pretty much just like finishing off a board. Like if you have Saizo pointing to a ninja and Diabolos, it's usually a pretty tough board to break, especially if you have like the field spell up and maybe like one of the disruptive ninjutsu art cards set. People can really struggle to get through a board like that. And certain decks just can't even deal with Diablos because it's untargetable. Just that fact is a 3,000 beat stick that can't be targeted. Some decks cannot deal with that, really. So he's really cool. I like him a lot. Getsuga the Shogun, you absolutely have to play his card, at least at 1. I've seen somebody play it at 2, but I think that's a little too bricky. If you have combo, or the combo, you just add him. He's part of the combo, you can just search him with Hanzo. So, like, you don't need 2 of them. You don't need to see him in your hand, like, really at all. So I don't know why people ever would play him at 2. I think 1 is pretty damn good. He's such a good extender. He's 1 tribute by ninja. If you can do... you also play a ton of special summon from grave effects cards, spell cards. So if you get him in grave, you can just either World Legacy Succession or Monster Reborn him there and then extend from there. He says once per turn if he's in attack mode, swap him to defense mode and then special summon up to 2 ninjas from grave. That's so good. So much advantage you can generate off this card. Tribute 1 ninja, swap him, special summon 2 back. So good. Then the new spell card's actually really good for the deck. It really helps with pretty much the number 1 problem the deck had. The deck has like some pretty powerful trap cards, but they're extremely frail. Like one of the trap cards banishes an opponent's monster, but when that trap card gets removed from the field, your opponent gets the monster back. And that was the main problem, is that these trap cards were powerful, but if your opponent had any kind of way to remove them, everything got erased. All the work you did just got erased immediately. This card's very good. It has a protection effect, says if a ninja monster or a ninjutsu art card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish a ninja monster from your graveyard instead. It's a hard once per turn, but that protection is huge. Even if your opponent does out it, they have to use an extra set of resources to pop twice, pretty much, to get those cards off the field. So that's really important there. Also, this card says if a ninja monster is summoned, you can target one ninja or ninjutsu art card in your graveyard and add it back to your hand. So it does recur you from the graveyard as well. Just a really good overall card, and it really helps seal up the weaknesses that the deck had originally. So really like this card. Then for the trap cards, this one is like one of the reasons you can play now. It really helps you explode. The deck is a little bit slow, but once you like resolve this, you really start to explode and just start rolling with the deck. So this card says tribute a ninja, special summon any number of ninja monsters from your deck whose levels like total or equal to or less the level of the ninja you tributed. So what you do mainly, almost every time you tribute Jogen, who's level 7, then you special 3 Kagen, because it's level 1, 2, 3, and 1 Hanzo to total 7. Hanzo adds you another ninja to hand, really good extension there. So yeah, like literally Jogen and the trap card equals you, 4 monsters and a monster in hand. So literally it's like +3, like those 2 cards. So really good, but you got to be careful. This is one of those really frail trap cards. When this card leaves the field, destroy those monsters that were special summoned from it. So what you got to do is be careful, use your protection effect from the field spell very wisely, and try to get those ninja monsters off the field so that this doesn't have to be a worry for you. You don't have to worry about this card getting removed so that they leave the field. Just be careful. They use this very fragile deck, even still, but it's definitely better. Then we have Ninjutsu Art of Shadow Sealing. This card says tribute 1 ninja you control, target 1 monster your opponent controls, banish it. I told you about this card earlier. Something really important to note is that when you banish your opponent's monster with this card, they can't use that monster zone anymore for the rest of like the as long as that monster is gone. So if you have a monster in your extra monster zone and you banish one that they summon in theirs, they can't use the extra monster zone anymore. They're locked out. It's like a pseudo extra link. It's really cool. But like I said, it's fragile. If this card leaves, they get that monster back, so be careful. And then for the extra deck, we have some cards like Ninja, Grandmaster, Saizo. This is the new card. This is the reason, another reason the deck can play. Once it says once per turn, set a ninjutsu or a spell or trap card from deck. Once per turn, it's just a +1. It's actually really good, and it also protects itself really well as well. It says while he points to anything, not just ninjas, it cannot be targeted for an attack or by card effects. So he kind of keeps himself out of harm's way. You got to play Blade Armor Ninja just because with Yellow Ninja, the turn you use his effect, you can't summon anything for the extra except for ninjas. So you got to play Blade Armor just because it gives you an alternative monster in the extra deck to go into that's not Saizo if you need to go into something. Then there's like Tornado Dragon, because this is you can definitely do a decent amount of rank 4s because you play like UPSTART, which is special, is another level 4. Yellow Ninja special is another level 4. Hanzo adds another level 4. You can make level 4s pretty easily, so you might as well play the engine because they're pretty strong. Utopia the Lightning, I think, is a pretty good call as well. It comes up, and literally last night, I used Exciton Knight to completely steal a game. Literally was playing Chris. He plays a good friend of mine. He plays Trickstars. Shout out to you, Chris. You are amazing, and I love you. But I kicked your ass in this duel. It was phenomenal. He literally had six cards on board. He literally had like Borlo Dragon pointing at a Phoenix and I want to say a Lycoris with a Light Stage on board and one card in hand, I think that was what his board was. And from that, I literally had no cards on field except for Hidden Village, and I literally normal summon Yellow Ninja, special summon Hanzo, and overlay into Exciton and whiteboard, and that's it. He had one card in hand, and he didn't draw anything he could do, and I literally ended up winning that game in like just by top decking, and it was crazy. That was a wild game, and I'd never used Exciton Knight before, and that duel really showed me like what Exciton Knight is capable of, what kind of things Exciton Knight can do for you, and he's kind of crazy. So shout out to Exciton Knight. I think if you play a deck that can run like rank 4s, you might as well throw Exciton in there, and he's the last one of like the cards you got to play, I think. So I did 12 duels against Trickstars in the last day pretty much, and I went 7-5. My friend Chris plays Trickstars. He's a good Trickstar player, so and I think that just proves it enough. Like, he's been playing Trickstars for a year, and I was able to have a winning record with a larger sample size, like 12 duels. And I think people shouldn't be afraid to play this deck, especially if it's for fun. I mean, listen, it's not like I went 10-2. Like, I wasn't owning him. I barely, like, if he just won one more duel, then we went even 6-6. So it wasn't by much, but still, you can compete. And if you love ninjas and you love certain archetypes, don't be afraid to like try them out, get creative, try to get them as competitive as you can, but still maintaining that like overall essence of ninja. This deck still says ninja to me. Because I've said it in another video, but I tried to build like current Zodiac with like everything on the ban list Zodiac, and I just ended up having to play like Scapegoats and Mech Knights to the point where like literally Scapegoats and Mech Knights were the reason I won every duel, and it just felt like I wasn't even really playing Zodiac anymore. It just felt like everything, it was literally like, it was like I was playing Mech Knight Scapegoat with a splashed engine of Zodiac in there, so it just didn't feel right. But I think this deck can play, and I think I've already put a theory out there that I think because Yellow Ninja came out, because of how generic the name Yellow Ninja to correspond with Yellow Dragon Ninja, we have a Blue Dragon Ninja, a Black Dragon Ninja, a Red Dragon Ninja, and a White Dragon Ninja. But where's our White Ninja, Blue Ninja, Red Ninja, and Black Ninja? You know what I'm saying? There's still room for support and little things like that kind of lead me to think we could get some more support. More cards like Yellow Ninja that help you kind of get the strategy moving a little quicker, which would be really, really cool. So that's all I have to say is that ninjas are playable. Take ninjas to locals. I want to see some like local topping. I want to see some regional topping ninja deck profiles, because I think people can do it better than me. and I'd really want to see what people come up with deck-wise, because I'm having trouble with like what those last 5 cards in the deck should be. Really cannot figure it out. But I'm definitely going to keep looking. And let me know what you think about this kind of summation of what ninjas are now. And yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it off here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe for more. I'm on that Yu-Gi-Oh grind, as the kids say. A-do-ba-do. And I'm going to get out of here before I embarrass myself anymore. Bye.